Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to wait till a couple people get here to get into the information, the announcements and stuff like that. But just let me adjust this camera a little bit. All right. Okay. I've got a few announcements today that everybody might like. I've got some information, I guess, to pass on if you guys want. I also have, we're going to talk about stalls. Hey, Spivey, how are you? We have talk about stalls. We're going to talk about plateaus. And we're going to talk about how the weight is supposed to go. All right? And we're also going to answer questions just like I always do. And I always take things to another level. All right. First thing we're going to do, though, we're going to talk about stalls today. All right? And I know a lot of you guys run into those stalls and you have questions about them and you want to know what's the best way to get out of a stall, what is a stall, stuff like that. All right. First of all, a stall really isn't when you stop losing weight from one day to the next or even for a week or two. A stall, technically, on the ketogenic diet is when you actually reach 1 month of not losing weight. That's a stall. All right. And it's so the ketogenic diet itself is always going to be like a stair-step method of weight loss. It's not like a linear method. It's not going to be a straight line. So there's always going to be these plateaus, and that's just the way it is. Hi, Kylie. How are you? I think that's right. Kaylee? Yep. Spivey is on a stall. And Spivey, you talked about doing a, would you say a 72-hour Kaylee? Okay. Sorry, Kaylee. All right. You talked about doing a fast. I looked into that on that fast. All right. You were talking like, was it a 3-day fast you were talking about? Yeah. All right. Here's what Dr. Finney said about a fast. All right. He doesn't like them. He understands like the 12 to 16 hour fasts that people do, and he's okay with some of those. Okay, he doesn't stress them, but he understands that the diet does lean towards those things because you tend to lose your appetite and you feel more satisfied, and you're not supposed to try to overeat when you're and stuff like that. Hello, Felicia Goldberg. But here's what he said. All right. And this is for anybody else that's thinking about doing a fast. He says what he is really worried about when people do these fasts is when they go over the 48-hour mark. Okay? What happens in that, like after the first 24 hours, the body really starts to focus on protein. Okay? Whatever protein that it can find in you, it's going to turn into sugar. Okay? It's going to really do a lot of damage. And then the next day, you're going to lose, within 24 hours, you're going to lose 3/4 pound of lean body tissue. That's muscle. It will literally, on that, for that 48 to that 72-hour mark, it is going to break down almost a pound of your muscle. And it will cause permanent damage for good. Like you won't be able to fix it. It'll cause some damage in your body. And every 24 hours you do after that, where you don't eat your proteins or anything like that, it's going to wreak havoc on your body. Things that can't be fixed. So that's why I'm telling you, just watch out for these fasts. Okay? Fasts aren't going to really boost your stall. They're going to help a little bit. Okay? But I'm saying if you do a 72-hour one, he's really adamant about permanent damage being very harmful. Okay, I get where some of you guys, you don't eat like say 3 hours before bed. Okay, and then you sleep for 8 hours. I get that, and that's 11 hours of fasting. And then some of you try to push out the breakfast until 4 or 5 hours later. Okay, so now you're at your 15 or 16 hours, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But when it comes down to then eating basically your lunch and your dinner, you're still going to have to eat the same amount of calories that you would have eaten if you were doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay? Now, the intermittent fasting part, I didn't really want to go on to this, but it's part of breaking a stall. All right. When you're doing that 6 meals a day, when people were always doing those breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and dinner, you were always raising your glucose level. Okay, it was spiking your insulin, and it was doing it all day long. Okay, now you could have been keeping your sugar at a real constant. Spivey, I don't think that's going to be healthy. I'm telling you, it's not going to be good. Anyway, but it's on you. You know, he addresses it in that video I've posted on our page. If you want to watch his video on the fast and how he talks about going over the 48-hour fast part, it's not healthy, bud. It's not restarting anything. It's not doing anything good for you. Okay, that's just what he's saying. I'm just passing that along to you because that's what I learned today. I kind of had some of that information before, but now that I have him actually saying it, it's actually really good proof. All right. So when you do those 6 meals and then you reduce off of those 6 meals, you're doing intermittent fasting in between now because you're not snacking. All right. You're no longer eating those 3 other little snacks in between your breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and dinner, or those 2 snacks. Okay. Whatever it is, whatever those things were. So now you're fasting intermittently. You're fasting between breakfast and lunch. You're fasting between lunch and dinner, and you're not doing that whole grazing kind of eating. Okay, so that's one way of implementing intermittent fasting. And then when you do get to the intermittent fasting where you feel like you want to take away that breakfast, like I was saying earlier, and stretch it out when you wake up to maybe midday or something like, not midday, but maybe late morning or mid-noon, something like, you know, whatever noon is, midday, I guess it is. That you still got to make sure you're eating enough proteins, enough carbs, and enough fats. It's harder. It's going to be harder to get them in. It really is. It really is. I have trouble because when I eat breakfast, I get a lot of fats in, and I don't feel like eating lunch. So if you get a lot of fats in lunchtime and you don't feel like eating at dinner, or you don't feel like eating your dinner, then you're going to end up going without it, and then you've just eaten like half your food. Okay. Would a BPC and 2 meals? Oh, okay. Claudia, sort of. If you do my BPC, where you add an egg to it, or even 2 eggs. You know, you could add 2 eggs to this thing. Make your Bulletproof coffee more into a meal. Now, you guys got to get past the ickiness of an egg, a raw egg going into your coffee, because for one, your coffee's pretty hot. Okay, so it's going to kill off anything that would even be in that egg, if there was even anything in them, which there almost never is. So, like, if you ever watched a Rocky show, Rocky the boxer guy, he drinks like eggs all the time. But if you take that BPC, that Bulletproof coffee in the morning, and you add an egg or 2 to it, it's just going to make it frothier. It's going to make it creamier. It's going to make the thing taste so much better. Yeah, MCT oil, butter, egg is what she usually eats. That's fine. That's almost like having breakfast anyway. That's a meal. That's the way I created it like that, because I wanted to do it that way. And now I'm starting to see a lot of other people, start to do the egg in the coffee. But when I did it, I didn't see anybody doing it. I don't think I recall anybody ever doing it with an egg. So I might be wrong. I just might remember wrong. I was very impressed today by everyone's weight loss. Congratulations, everyone. Absolutely. I put out a post earlier today. If you guys haven't seen it, all I said was I want to see what your weight loss is. And I want you to just say, I have lost such and such a pounds, okay? And in there, I just want you to say that, because I'm going to take all of those statements and try to make a big kind of poster, kind of like a what is it called? Wallpaper. And I'm going to use that, all of you guys' comments. I lost 25 pounds. I lost 13 pounds. I lost 100 pounds. And I'm going to use that as our wallpaper in the back of our group page. Okay? It's going to be all your comments, a collage, right? For everybody. I'm going to try to make it all small enough, but it's going to be everybody's, basically their mini testimonial. This is what I've done on the keto diet. And that's why I wanted to do it without anybody else making any other comments towards it. And I didn't mind the hearts, and I didn't mind it. And there were a lot of hearts. There were a lot of support for all those people that were losing weight. And we had everybody from, I guess, 3 or 4 pound losses, 8 pound losses, all the way up to 100 and some pound losses. There was the one, I can't remember her name right now. There's so many people I talk to every day. She lost 120 pounds. And I looked at her pictures and I was just like, it just amazes me. It just amazes me how far she's come. It's just, and how humble she is about it. Like, she's lost 120 pounds. That's more than what my wife weighs, you know? It's just, that's just amazing. And she looks as skinny as my wife now. So it's just amazing. I'm so proud of her. And I know her name. It's just not, I just don't have it on the tip of my tongue or anything. So here's the deal on the stalls. You could try doing that intermittent fasting that I suggested, okay? Now, if the intermittent fasting, if you're trying to fast in between those meals and you're still hungry and you're still craving, then you're not ready to go to that intermittent fasting yet, okay? Once the cravings stop, then you could start going to those meals. But if you're not getting enough calories in, okay, because you know how I don't like calories? I don't like to say calories are this, calories are that. But in a way, calories kind of do matter, but yet they don't. We're not supposed to count them on the keto diet. You're not, they're kind of not relevant, all right? But if you kind of overdo it, like I've overdone it before. I've eaten too much fat and too many calories, and I've just stayed the same, okay? And, you know, it's, the keto diet it's not perfect yet, okay? There's not a perfect formula for it. It's really, there's kind of a set kind of an idea, and then it matters to you how you do it. It matters to her how she does it. It matters to him how he does it over there, okay? So if you are in a stall, okay? Uh-oh, somebody fell off the wagon. Delane, why'd you fall off the wagon? Get back on, lady, get back on. We're here with you. Spivey, I don't count calories, I just listen to my body. And that's what everybody really needs to do, okay? GONZO-proof coffee, that's funny. Yeah, so here's what you need to do a stall, okay? First, you want to do certain things. There's certain things you could do to come out of a stall. And that's going to be, you're going to cut one thing for maybe a week, okay? And see how your body reacts. Maybe you're going to cut sweeteners for that week and see how your body reacts. Maybe you're going to cut a certain food that you know is kind of iffy on your keto thing, where it might have some hidden carbs, it might have something that you like too much. Maybe you cut that for a week, okay? But you don't do them all the same week. You want to kind of get an idea, because say you cut those sweeteners, okay? Nothing happens. You stay the same. Then it's not the sweeteners issue. So maybe you cut a little bit of the fat from your diet, or maybe you add a little bit of fat to your diet, depending on where you're at, and see how that works for you for a week or two, okay? Because you got nothing but time with this diet. This isn't some sort of super fast weight loss kind of idea. This diet is really all about health, getting you healthy inside, getting you healthier and happier again. Now, For those of you that are still here, remember, I still have a major announcement to make and another one on top of that. So we've got two major announcements. And this came in the mail. I checked the mail. Look at that. It says, "Get your Groot on." My dog's name is Groot, named after that guy. I know this has nothing to do with keto, but I thought it was a cute blanket. Get your Groot on. From Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyway, all right. So back to plateaus and stuff like that. When I had a plateau last time, I increased my food and I started losing weight again. Right. Because what happens is a lot of people are trying to cut too many calories too fast, and your body doesn't really like it. It likes to keep running, and if it's not ready to start to utilize your body fat storage, it's not going to do it, okay? Yeah, I love Groot, especially the baby one. Let's see. Beth said, but shouldn't you count calories so that you can only consume some fats, and then your body will burn what's in you? If you eat too many fats, you won't burn your body fat. To a point, Beth, to a point. To a point, that's true. But so many people are going into what's called starvation ketosis, where they're trying to cut too many calories, okay? Your fats still need to be quite a bit more than your proteins and your carbs combined, okay? And I'm seeing so many people with their carbs that they're doing these net carbs, and they're thinking they're at 20, and they're actually at 40 or 50. And then they do their proteins, and they're on 80 or whatever. And then they do their fats, and they're about 100. And that is not ketosis, okay? That's not going to get you to burning fat. You have to get your body to a fat-adapted state before you can try figuring out how you're going to lose weight with it, okay? It just doesn't do it that way. If you cut all your macros down, like most people are cutting their proteins down to do this diet. Most people are cutting their carbs down, of course. But if you start cutting your other macros down, your fats, you're just starving yourself then. And that is not sustainable. That's the point where people goof up on the keto diet. You have to get the body to utilize that fat for energy. Now, I'm not saying go and eat 300 grams of fat. I'm saying bring it maybe between 150 and 200. And depending on where that's working or not for you, because I have, like, if you guys know Jessica from Lazy Keto from Jess, the reason we have bonded so well is because she was stuck in a plateau. She was stalled out, okay? And she's been doing great on her diet, okay? Now, she listened to me. She went higher fat, okay? She struggled with the idea, but she went ahead with it, and then she automatically started losing weight again, okay? It brought her out of that stall. And sometimes that's what it takes. It's going to take the body to know that, hey, you're supposed to be eating fat, man. Let's go. And then you have to give it a little bit of fat. Like, it's basically like kind of priming the pump. You get the body realizing, I'm going to use fat. Then once you're there, your body's utilizing it, then you can bring it back down and start to give that caloric deficit a chance to start utilizing more of your own body fat. So yes, Beth, you are right to a point, but you don't want to just start it out too low. It's just not going to work out that way. Also, if you guys could take 1 second right now and just hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up and the bell, I would really appreciate it, because that's basically, if you hit the subscribe and you hit the bell, you're going to be notified whenever I come up with something funny or something, or if I just want to hang out and answer questions and stuff like that. Black Beauty just said, or redeemed, she said, I agree with you, Gonzo. You are the man. And adding fat kicks stalls. It does. It really will. If you're at 50 to 60 proteins, eating 1 to 2 meals a day, the fat is okay. 2 to 3 times the protein, 120 to, yeah, that's it. Pretty much. That's what I would do. Yep. Mary, that's exactly what I would do. And then you know what? You're going to get that body used to utilizing fat for energy. Your body's going to feel that extra energy. It's going to it's going to absorb and use that energy. It's going to function so much faster, so much better, that then you could start, okay, now I'm not as hungry, so I'm going to reduce the amount that I eat. Or this is when you could go, okay, now I'm going to skip breakfast because I'm not hungry when I wake up. Okay, and maybe I could go until maybe 10:30 or 11. Or maybe you are just a little bit hungry. My ankle's itching, I'm sorry. I stepped out in the snow and got snow down in my shoe. My only good foot I got. Anyway, so if you're just a little bit hungry in the morning, then you could take Claudia Fuentes' advice and maybe have one of those bulletproof coffees with an egg in it. And I'm telling you what, don't knock it till you try it. It's one of those things. Again, I'm bringing up Jessica from Lazy Keto with Jess. She has a way of doing videos better than I do, I guess. She's just more, real. She, her little followers, she told them all about how she got the idea from me. She read off everything I told her that she asked about. She goes, what does this do for me medically, physically, everything else? And she did it. And she showed them what the coffee was like. And she just challenged her group to do it. And oh my gosh, she just started doing great. Like everybody just kept saying, I can't even have this without the egg anymore. And she now does it 4 times a week, she said. So let's see. Sodium, yes or no, and how much? Rick Hutchins. Sodium is big, guys. Sodium is very, very big. If you're not getting a lot of sodium in, you're going to have trouble with the ketogenic diet, okay? The ketogenic diet does require a lot of extra salt. Now, here's the deal with salt. The United States kind of set the standard of about 2.3 whatever milligrams or something like that of salt per day, okay? And what happens is that's kind of punishing everybody for people that are sensitive to salt and have high blood pressure, okay? Now, if the thing is that most people will function better on higher salt, and you're talking like the 5,000 to 7,000 milligrams kind of thing, okay? All right, so my dog just made a really weird sound, sound like bubbles. It's just weird. Anyway, so Dr. Finney had, and what I'll do is right after this video, look for it on. I took a photo of the piece that's in the New England Journal of Medicine. Okay, and it's about these guys. It's their study. It's how they show how utilizing the sugar, or not the sugar, the sodium, the salt in your diet will affect you. Okay, and there was one lady, and he's talking to a whole bunch of doctors in that video, and the one doctor, she's up to about 10,000 milligrams, where the United States is at 2,400. Okay, like 2.3, 2,400. That's where we're at, and the risk from you going to maybe 5,000 puts you at 50% less risk of having a stroke than staying at the United States standard of 2,400 milligrams of salt. That's it. So they've had this study available now for years, and it hasn't been debunked by anybody. It's gotten past all the processes and everything else, and now they have no way of debunking it. Okay, so it's gaining a lot of strength. Let me go back. I saw some things. Delicious cuisine from Guy, probably. That's a great stuff. I don't eat meat. I eat paneer, which is Indian cheese, as my protein source, and a scoop of protein powder to hit protein percentage. Do you think I can still continue my journey? Of course you can. It's a little harder when you're not when you're more of on the vegan side. It's a little harder to do this, but it's not impossible. You can do the keto diet, so don't fear that. If that's the way you have to get your proteins in, you just got to make sure that when you do those scoops of protein, that you're not getting too much protein in at one time. You want to keep it around 30 or less grams, I think, per serving of that protein. And you have to watch what's in that protein. So you have to really make sure that your quality of protein is really, really good. Okay, that's the issue I have with it. Do you literally just crack an egg into a warm coffee and stir? Wouldn't that heat from the coffee cook the egg? It doesn't cook the egg, Beth. What it'll do, you don't just stir it. You're gonna hate it if you stir it. You have to use you can use a frother, but I use an emulsifier, and I use that emulsifier for everything now. If you put that egg, all you do, I have this canister thing that I use, and I put my coffee stuff, my butter, my MCT oil, and then I just crack the egg, just like I'm putting in a frying pan, and and then I blend it right up with the big emulsifier, and it just blends it right up, and you don't know there's an egg in there. You don't, honestly, there's no taste, there's no look, there's no change, except that it's a little frothier and it tastes a lot better. It honestly will make you a believer. You just have to try it. Is Blubbersphere here? Blubbersphere's here. Blubbersphere, you didn't miss the announcement because I'm holding out on you guys. I'm going to give one of the announcements in less than 4 minutes at the 30-minute mark, and I'm going to give the next announcement right at the end. The next announcement's big. It's big. It's big. All right? And I've got maybe a small little announcement I'll talk about in between there, I think. Okay. Katarina Anderson, enjoying the chat from Canterbury, Australia. Hey, I got a friend from down under there, Blubbersphere, Matt Walker. You guys should talk. Having cream in your coffee is okay. Now here's the deal. I'm okay with the cream. I'm okay with the oils. I'm okay with all that stuff. But don't rely on those oils and stuff in your drinks to make up for all of your fats, okay? I do it in the morning, and I just get myself started. But a lot of my fats will come from the foods that I eat, the bacon and the eggs and stuff like that, and a little bit of that butter that I use for the eggs, and I will pour all of that onto a plate. There is a lot of grease that comes out onto that plate, and I will clean that plate off. I really do. I scrape it with a fork and everything because I get every little bit of it up, okay? I don't waste any of the fat, okay? I literally take the pan and I dump it onto the plate. Eggs, bacon, everything into a plate, and it sits in bacon grease. Like a lot of people like to take that bacon grease and they just put it in a can or save it. I've seen where somebody makes their own mayonnaise out of the bacon grease. That's a thought too. That's awesome. I heard it's really good. I might even link that video onto my Facebook later so that you guys can have that bacon grease mayonnaise recipe. It's pretty good, I heard. Where are we at? Let's see. Heavy whipping cream was okay to add. Yep. Rick Hutchins, you seem very low on potassium. That's a good idea, Spivey. Yes, that's good. Eat more greens. You didn't miss anything yet, Matt Walker. Thanks. 4,500 a day on potassium. Yes, that's fine. Thank you for your reply. You're welcome, Guy. Guy, you could do this. I'm telling you, it's not that hard. I don't know how much of a vegan you are, but there's ways of doing this diet, and just getting a little bit of that protein is going to be fine. You'll get that. That's not hard. I put an egg in my butter broth this afternoon. It was just another egg drop. Yeah, kind of like egg drop soup. Exactly. Very good idea, Deb. That's awesome. Oh, I think she asked about that yesterday. I told her, go ahead, try it. I don't know. Let's see. Blend it with the Vitamix. I guess you could. I don't like those. I have one of those big blenders. Just doesn't work out so well. It just never seems to mix as well. We had wilted salad the other night. Just all of your raw green vegetables with bacon and grease dumped into and mixed. Yeah, that'll wilt your salad real fast. It will. Bacon grease. Yeah. I use MCT oil. I put that in that little booklet we sold you guys. It's one of the recipes where I use the Italian dressing and the apple cider vinegar and McCormick's pack and stuff. And it gets the leaves really MCT greasy. Okay, my salad is definitely high in fat at night. It really is, and that just, I wake up and I know I've lost weight that day, or I've changed something. Let's see what else I missed here. Thank you. We love the bacon grease mayo recipe. Yep, I will get that to you, Pam. That is part of my announcement I'm going to give right now. All right? Tomorrow at 6 p.m. East Coast time, I'm going to go on to my Facebook group, and I have an interview with Dr. Ken Berry. If you guys know who that is, he is a awesome keto guy. He's a family doctor, been doing family practice for a long time, and he's very knowledgeable on the keto diet. And he's going to do an interview with me. I'm going to interview him on our channel tomorrow at 6 o'clock East Coast time. Okay? And he is hilarious, just by the way he talks. And he's got a lot of the values that I like, that I try to do. And because my idea of doing this keto is to help all you guys, is to help everybody we can. And he's got the same idea. That's basically what he wants to do. He's a doctor, for God's sakes. He's making a lot of money. He's doing everything he wants. And he's willing to come on to my channel and in our group and talk to all of us and give us tips. And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. We're going to talk about Bulletproof coffee. We're going to talk about water. Like water consumption. We're going to talk about maybe these stalls. We're going to talk about a lot of different things that he could help with, that exogenous ketone, stuff like that. He is hilarious. He is a funny man, and we're going to have him on our channel tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. That's 3 o'clock California time. Okay? So I hope everybody is there. I hope we all jump on like right away and get that party started and show him that we really appreciate him, coming and talking to us and giving us his knowledge and his advice. Because I honestly, it excites me that he's willing to do that. I think that's awesome. 8 a.m. Brisbane time. There you go. Hey, is Brisbane near, is it the same time zone as Sydney? So Matt Walker will have no excuse to not be there. All right. I got it out on the app so I can start seeing the lives. Yes, download the app. Download this app. He is hilarious. Got it. Announcements. I made it for the announcements. Yes, you did, Rhonda. Yes, you did. All right. I'm glad you guys are liking the Ken Berry thing. Yep, I got that confirmed today. I talked to him, so he is confirmed, and I will try to drag it out as best I can. And did you guys know this? That he's already a member of our group? Didn't know it. I didn't know he was on there. He's been on our group already. He was already. I asked him. I said, "All right, I'll give you the link to my group so you could join." He says, "I already joined. I'm already a member, I think." And I went and looked, and sure enough, there he is. So, yeah, how about that? Okay, what time is it now with you, Steve? It is, I don't know. Echo, what time is it?
It's 5:37 p.m.
5:37 p.m. So, yeah, so that's what time it is. 5:37 p.m. right now. So it's literally 24 hours and 23 minutes from now. No, I don't think he's a groupie too. He might be, but I don't think so. I know my keto pretty good, and we have a lot of the same views. But he's got a lot more on me. He's a doctor. He should. He's got a lot of that medical school in there, and I didn't get all that. I got a lot of other stuff, a lot of nutrition stuff and background and physical fitness stuff, but he's got all that body function. He's got this keto thing down pretty good, and he's got a heck of a sense of humor. He's hilarious. And he's got 3 dogs, 2 cats, and 7 peacocks. So I know he's an animal lover like we are. So we got a lot in common. I used to live in Tennessee for about a year, and that's where he's from. He lives in the Nashville area, so he's got that Tennessee accent. I've got 2 sisters that still live down there with their husbands and kids. So, and it's just funny to listen to my sisters who never even grew up there, and they have that accent. It's just funny. Anyway, I like that accent. It's a really cool accent. Let's see. We could talk about stalls and stuff, but I think we're already pretty much talked out. I could answer some questions, or we could just go on to the next announcement. It's the smaller of the 2. It's up to you guys. If you guys could hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. I got 34 people here. Hit some thumbs up for me. Get this video up there. Oh, I want to thank everybody too. I asked for a lot of people to please watch my videos and to watch them for lengths of period of time, and you've done it. Okay, keto doesn't help, stupid. No, it hasn't helped me yet. So there's your proof, redeemed. You guys have really helped me out with my viewing hours, with the amount of time that you guys watched my videos and everything. And I guess now YouTube is going to review my page here, and it's going to determine whether they feel I'm worthy of partnership, I guess, or something like that, where they'll actually start showing my video like on their queue or maybe on their home page, and more people will get to see it, and then I'll be able to reach out to more people and help more people. And that's been my goal since the start, is just I wanted to help a lot more people, and I just want to keep helping people. And I know you guys are referring your friends to this page because it's growing. I know Jessica Mossness did like a challenge for her people to come over here and check this out, and I am beyond grateful to all the people that have signed up new, or that have always been here. And you guys are the reason I'm doing this. I'm trying to help you guys. You guys are helping me, and it really means a lot to me. All right, honest to God, you guys are amazing. And my dog is flailing around. What are you doing, buddy? Just stay there. You're good. You're not going out. Thank you for the hearts, Delane. All right, let's see where we're at. Got rid of Facebook. Oh, why'd you get rid of Facebook? Black Beauty, you're not going to be able to see the interview. Does anybody watch that Magic Pill YouTube preview that I put in the Facebook group? Magic Pill. The Magic Pill. What was that? Where are you going? My dog has cancer. I told you guys this. He's got this lump. It's like the size of my head, sticking out the side of his hip. He looks so sad. This is him. Here, I'll show you what he looks like. Come here, Ollie. Ollie. You guys want to see my poor dog? He's got this awful hip thing. He's not coming now. He can't hear me. He's deaf. Anyway, your Facebook got really toxic. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's start a new Facebook. Start a new one. It is what it is. Dr. Barry will be on Facebook. He's going to be on the Facebook because that's what he prefers. So I'm fine with that. He likes the interaction, and he likes the shareability, I guess. This is what Jessica told me, and I brought that up to him to see where he wanted to do it, and he said Facebook was fine. So I was okay with it. I'm okay with Facebook or YouTube, but he prefers Facebook, so I'm okay with that. All right. Here's another small announcement. It's not really super beneficial to you guys, but here's my boy. I am going to another seminar on the 24th, Saturday in Winchester, Virginia. There's a seminar. It's about 3.5 hours away from here. There's going to be some people from Australia. There's going to be some people from the Breckenridge Keto Fest thing kind of just went on. So I'm going to go there. I already have my ticket. So I'm going to drive down there, spend the night with my buddy, hang out with him because I used to live down there. And then I'm going to go to that seminar on that Saturday, spend the whole day, and come back with a lot of good intel for you guys. All right? And probably, hopefully I'll be able to blog some of it, record some of it, maybe interview some people. But it should be a pretty good thing. That's not the big announcement. I still got the big announcement yet, so hang on. So I'm going to try to do, I always try to learn more for you guys. I'm always trying to keep up with all the latest information. And some of these people are going to be the top people that are in the ketogenic world. Like Dr. Eric Westman. He's headlining it, and if you don't know him, he's the one who came out with the new Atkins book. He came out with Keto Clarity with Jimmy Moore. He came out with Cholesterol Clarity with Jimmy Moore, and he's got about a dozen other books. Winner of the T-shirt. Winner of the T-shirt, Marie Harris, was Virginia, and she got her T-shirt. She showed it already, and it was she did it on the group. She didn't want to wear it. She just showed the shirt, but she got it in the mail, I think, last week. And Marie Harris, the new contest, if you guys didn't see the new contest, if you guys weren't on, maybe it was yesterday, the day before, something like that. The new contest, I don't know what the challenge is going to be. It's got to be something pretty good, because I'm going to give away a Keto Mojo, and I'm also going to give away a book, Dr. Ken Berry's book. All right. It's, what is the book called? The Dumb Things My Doctor Told Me, or something like that. The thing, like, it's something to do like that. It's a really interesting book. I've read like 4 or 5 chapters of it already. It's a really good book. So somebody's going to get the book, and they're going to get the Keto Lies My Doctor Told Me. Thank you, Mary. Yep, Lies My Doctor Told Me. That's the book. So that's the guy that's going to be on tomorrow with me. And I'm going to give a Keto Mojo away, the whole package deal. It comes with the test strips and the case and the poker and everything, all the instructions. So I'll have that mailed to whoever the winner is. So, yep. So it's going to be a good contest. It's going to have to do with subscribers. It has to have to do with subscribers on this. It's going to have to do with a lot of different things. I think my dog's like trying to go out. You're not going out. You were already out less than 30 minutes ago. Buddy, lay down. Just lay down. Anyway, all right. So here's the other announcement. Buddy, you got to lay down. You got to lay down. Lay down. Come on. Lay down. Okay. All right. All right. Here's the other announcement. Y'all ready? Anybody? Nobody? Synopsis: what's the most modern diseases are really just symptoms of the same problem. The magic pill follows doctors, patients, scientists, chefs, farmers. I didn't get to see that yet, Karen. Sorry about that. Yeah, drum roll. Drum roll. Okay, this is the big announcement for today. Kara's still on her magic pill thing. Bracing fat as a main fuel. Kara, I will go and look at that right after I do this. I was busy today setting these things up. So here's the big announcement, everybody. Here it is. Everybody's been waiting for it. I talked with Dr. Eric Westman, and I'm also going to be interviewing him within the next week or two on our channel. It's probably going to be on the YouTube channel, but it could also be on the Facebook channel. I haven't decided yet, but more than likely it's going to be on YouTube. Okay, so the Dr. Eric Westman, the guru of the ketogenic diet, the author of many of the books, the Keto Atkins diet, the low carb high fat plans, everything. Talked with me today? Absolutely. He said, absolutely, I'll come on there with you. So I talked to him before, like in emails, but this will be my first time talking to him on like a video like this. So I'm a little nervous, to say the least. I'm a little nervous. My wife was all like, oh, you got this. She was all ecstatic because I was pretty excited. Yeah, I'm going up in the world here, right? So Dr. Campberry 1 week, maybe Dr. Westman the next week. So yeah, our little channel's getting a little publicity there. So like that's the man. If you know, I'm gonna go after Stephen Finney next. I might as well. My luck's like that right now. I kind of got all the big wigs now. I might as well get the rest of them. Maybe I'll even go after Jimmy Moore and see what he says. Who knows? I could sell an Eskimo snow cone sometimes, people say. So, rubbing elbows with the big wigs. Yep, I am. But what I'm really doing for you is I'm trying to get the best of the best to talk to you guys face to face. Like you guys are going to be able to talk to him. You guys are going to be able to ask him questions. Hopefully he'll answer some of your questions on here. I'm so excited that he's willing to come to our channel and talk with you guys. Okay? Because all the things that he knows, that he talks about, not to say I know it all, but I've studied this guy more than almost most people. Now I don't agree with everything, and I don't follow his things like word for word, but for the most part, you guys know I'm a Dr. Westman guy. Yeah, you guys know that I've based almost all of my teachings on Dr. Eric Westman. Okay, so he's my guru. He's my sensei. So. And I'm so happy that I was glad to bring him to you guys. So personally, like you guys are going to be able to actually talk to him and ask him questions, and you know, it's going to be awesome. So it's going to be awesome. Anyway, yeah. So that's the big news. Yeah, you want a cherry snow cone? Yeah, get fit truck driver. Sugar-free cherry snow cone. All right. Any questions about STALLS? No, thank you, Marie. It's for you guys. But I am nervous. I don't know when it's going to be. It might be the next Tuesday live at 5. I don't know. We'll see. He hasn't come back with when. He already said absolutely he would do it. So I talked to him for like 2 messages today, and he was, you know, I'm sure he's busy, but all right. So I've been putting my decals on my coffee mugs too. Have to watch this again at work. It was interrupting me during the Gonzo live. Poor Miranda. I missed the first 10 minutes. Can you recap? Nope. Mary, you got to turn around and watch this all over again. That's the whole point of my videos here on YouTube. You got to watch them. I got to get watch time. You guys got to watch these things for like, let them play. Let them play for like, if this one's already 49 minutes, let it play for that 49 minutes. Like YouTube looks at that. They like, oh, well, your people are only watching it for like 3 minutes. that makes YouTube get mad at me or something to make me feel like I'm not doing, I'm not worthy of helping enough people or whatever. I don't know. I think I'm worthy. I know you guys think I'm worthy, but just got to make them think it now. That's all. So anyway, that was the big announcement. I tried it. I think we covered stalls and plateaus pretty good. There's a lot of ways. Okay, thank you, Mary. There are a lot of ways out of a stall, and you just have to be creative and you have to be patient. That's the key to it. You have to be creative and patient. And don't try to fix your stall with too many things, okay? If you're stalled, it could be caffeine, unfortunately, because caffeine will cause cortisol. You know what cortisol is. Cortisol is the hormone that will actually cause weight gain, okay? It's a stress hormone. It could be the caffeine. So if you're doing a lot of caffeine, you might have to cut that out for a week and see what happens with your weight loss. You'll have to find another way of doing your bulletproof. And I've always said, try and do different bulletproofs. Do a bulletproof whatever. Do a black tea bulletproof. Do a smoothie bulletproof. Do the buttery, my buttery bouillon stuff. Now, not everybody's going to be able to do that buttery bouillon because of the MSG that's in it. Now, MSG, it gets a bad rap. There's no scientific proof that it does anything. Like, people say it gives them headaches. Okay, it might. I know Dr. Barry thinks that MSG will spike your blood sugar. I've tested it 3 times. It doesn't spike mine. I don't know that maybe even there is enough MSG in there. There might be. I don't know. I don't even know if there's any in these because he says there's all these different names for it. But all MSG does is it enhances a food to make it taste better. One of the worst things about MSG, according to the studies that I've done, is that it makes food. It could make some people sick, like PJB Burke does. But it's like a sensitivity. It's different for everybody. But mostly MSG is in tomatoes, mushrooms. It's in a lot of different foods, and people don't realize that, but it's in a lot of those. So they've done like the double-blind placebo thing, and people that thought they could taste MSG in the food when they were just given to it, they did the double-blind study on it, and they didn't. They never figured it out. So what MSG really is used for, it's to give better flavor to foods. That's what it is. So they said the worst problem on MSG is if the food had gone rancid and you used MSG to flavor it, you wouldn't know that it was rancid. It could make you sick. That was it. So that was the only major health issue that it had, besides some people getting headaches from it or just nauseated from it. But it could have been the food too. Yep, I'm 3 hours ahead of Cali, Marie. Yep, it's a 3-hour difference. I'm far east, they're far west. And we got the mountains and the Midwest in between. I can't find bouillon without added sugar. I don't know if mine has any sugar in it. If it does, it's less than 1 gram, and I'm not worried about that. It takes a little more than a gram or 2 of sugar to spike your blood sugar. Okay, and I'm one of these guys. I'll test it. I've tested already today. I've tested numerous times. I will test it after everything I eat sometimes just to see, is this bacon that I have, is this going to spike my blood sugar? Is it 4 pieces of bacon? Is it 3 eggs? Is it 2 eggs? Is it 4 eggs? Is it this coffee? Is it these macadamia nuts? Is it this energy butter stuff that I got? It's like this butter, this performance butter it's called, that my wife got me for Christmas. I think I showed you guys the box. It's like these little peanut buttery things. They're made out of cashews, macadamia nuts, and coconut. It's like a squeezy butter thing, like a peanut butter. It was pretty good. It's good to know. I've been looking for sugar-free bouillon. Belly fat. What's belly fat? What do you mean, Marie? What'd you say? No wonder I miss some. Miss somewhat. All right. Tones. Yeah, Tones. Tones. At Sam's Club. Yeah, that big thing of Tones. I got it on Amazon. I believe I saw it again there for like $14, and there might be 100 and some of them in that thing. It's just amazing how many are in there. But I literally do that my butter broth with that 2,000 milligrams of salt, and so does Stephen Finney. Dr. Stephen Finney carries them around in a little Ziploc bag when he travels. He right in the video, he reaches into his travel bag, pulls it out. He's got a couple cubes of bouillons that he has in his bag, and that's what he uses. He gets his. There you go, $8.59 at Sam's. What are your views on the Keto blower thing? Yay or nay? I have one. It reads differently. It's just a little weird. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know how accurate it is. I hear a lot of mixed reviews on the accuracy of the breath analyzer. So I don't know how much I would put into saying that it's definitely the best way to go. For me, I like the blood ones, and I know I'm not taking any exogenous ketones to make these false readings. I know I'm not doing anything that isn't going to alter this and falsify my readings. So I know that the ketones that I'm producing are being created by my liver because my body is in the absence of glycogen. I'm not utilizing glycogen for energy. I'm utilizing ketones. And the more I keep doing the ketogenic diet, the cleaner my pancreas is going to get, the cleaner my liver and gallbladder are going to get, the healthier my body's going to be, the less inflammation I'm going to have, which we all know that inflammation is caused by having too much sugar, and it causes too many free radicals in the body, which then add to a lot of diseases like cancers and everything else. Okay, I'm not gonna end up dying at an early age. It's not gonna happen. Not this guy. I'm gonna get my retirement in 8 years, and I'm gonna live 50 years after that and make them pay every year. I like blood because I can also test my blood sugar. Jeez, Karen, sounds like one of those teenage vampire movies. Did you say that the urine ketone test strip stopped working after a month? It's because your body is using the ketones better. It's not just necessarily a month, Susan Lumpkin. It's just a matter of when you really start to use those ketones, because your body will start making them. Your body makes them even if you're not on a ketogenic diet. Your body will make ketones. It just depends on how long you go without food. Like if you went, say a lot of people eat around 6 p.m. and then you don't eat again until 6 a.m., your body's going to make ketones overnight. So you're going to show some ketones in your blood, but you're not using those ketones because your body's relying on glycogen then. Unless you're in a ketogenic diet and you're pretty well into it, those ketones that your body creates won't be really utilized until your body has gone into that fat adaptation stage. Ketosis is one thing. Ketosis just means your body is in that process of breaking down some of your fat and turning it into an energy source. Now you just have to get your body to realize that energy source is for you and that you need to use it and stop making glycogen and stop wanting to create glycogen. So once your body adapts over to the fats, that's when you're going to start seeing the results. That's when you're going to start seeing more ketones, and that's when you're going to utilize more of those ketones. Just 1 minute, buddy. All right, I have to get going. It's now about 1 hour, and my dog has to go potty. All right, guys. Thank you, Spivey. I appreciate my, yes, I do like my before and afters. And I have two different before and afters. I have the ones from back in 2014 all the way up to the end of, I think the end of 2015 or maybe the beginning of 2016, those pictures. Then I also have where I had to redo it all over again. And I did it from the end of last year, like the summer, the end of, or the beginning of fall last year to this year. So I'm like that before. Fat again, fat, fit guy. That's me. I'm doing it. Except I really was fat. I didn't just try to get fat. I battle not being fat, where he's just a big muscle guy. He's like jacked, but you know, he's brought a lot of awareness, and he's worth listening to. He knows his stuff, but he really wasn't fat. You know, just because you put all that fat on temporarily, you know, there's a lot of stipulations he had with that. Blubber. Okay, thanks everybody. I appreciate y'all showing up. I hope to see you guys tomorrow night when I talk with Dr. Ken Berry at 6 o'clock East Coast time on Facebook. 6 o'clock East Coast time, Dr. Berry on Facebook. Please be there. We'll have a good time. All right. And then hopefully by tomorrow, I know when Dr. Eric Westman is going to meet with us, and when we're going to be able to talk to him and get you guys to meet him and talk with him, and just be amazed at everything he knows. He's just an amazing guy. He changed my life. So, all right. I'm out of here, guys. Thanks again. Questions, text messages, anything you guys need to do, just let me know. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.